England, though, we're one of the last countries to pick up on the football agent, aren't we? It's, we don't readily accept it. The managers today, they still prefer to do business on the phone with each other. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think in England you are one of the last countries to accept more or less everything else, apart from not just football agents, even fitness trainers, even chief executive, even understanding the fact that a football manager cannot sell football players from 9 to 10 o'clock and then go and train the team from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So I think in that respect, the football industry itself in England has realised that they have to sort of come to terms with the realities abroad.
The best known player in this country that you've represented who's actually played here has been Ravanelli. And he did not endear himself to the public with some of his antics. And it would be really interesting to hear from you some of the reality of what went on, because we've only had the sort of convoluted press side of it.
That's right, yes. Well, I can quite clearly say and confirm that 75% of what is written about Ravanelli has been a conjecture of the reporter that decides to write about it. Ravanelli was to the English reporters what honey is to bees, somebody that is very easily exposed, mainly because of the fact that he says what he thinks and he thinks what he says. He found himself coming to English football, which is a little bit more liberal and a bit more, how can I put it, the player is left to his own professionalism to know what he should eat and what he shouldn't eat. This is not a situation that only Ravanelli has found. I mean, all the others have found as well, like the Di Matteos and the Zola of this world.
The tide seems to have turned. Before it was English players going over to Italy, and now it's the reverse. I mean, what is the score at the moment? How many are there? Many Italians who want to come here?
I would still say that England, amongst all the countries in the world, is the one that has exported less English players to Italy. Obviously, the prime have been Brazilians, Germans, and Dutch, really. But we can say that from this infrastructure, from this way of approaching the game, all the English players that have gone to Italy have all benefited from it. I would say, apart from Ian Rush.
In the UK, there are a couple of fairly colourful characters who, in most people's mind, are football agents. I, for one, do not take them terribly seriously. I know you as a football agent, you had to pass exams, you have a licence, and do you feel that these people are truly representative of the football agent?
Well, I mean, I do feel that some of them do belong in a circus. I mean, let's get it right. I don't like to see my category being demeaned or being exposed as a funny one or as a wheeler and dealer one.
There's been that recent exposure of an English agent of procuring women for footballers, drugs, whatever. I mean, have you ever been approached by any of your players to do this kind of thing?
No, I've been approached by the same movement that particular agent has probably been approached, which is, you always, unfortunately, it goes down to the press offering you money to say certain things. Now, if you don't have certain things which are of real substance to say, you invent these other things. Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, I know for a fact that a football player does not need anybody to go and procure him a pair of legs. I'm quite sure that they're able to do that themselves. Now, to actually expose that as your highlight of your career, I think it does say a lot of what kind of an agent you are.
Pino, thank you very much.